Our program will begin in 5 minutes. Please find your seats at this time. We also ask that you please silence your cell phones. Again, please take your seats and silence your cell phones. The program will begin in 5 minutes. In an effort to abide by the protocols that will keep us all safe, we ask that you remain in your seats for the duration of the program. Staff photographers will be capturing the graduates, and these photos will be made available to the students. Please do not approach the stage. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic. Please find your seats. Our program is about to begin. We ask that you please silence your cell phones. Again, please take your seats. Thank you. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. Please stand as you are able. Our ceremony will begin. College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2024 Commencement Ceremony for PCOM South Georgia. As we open our ceremony, we remember our PCOM alumni who have passed away on this year and all those who gave their lives in service to our country. Please remain standing for the invocation to be offered by Mr. Jerry Keaton, Senior Associate Director of Student Affairs for PCOM South Georgia, and then the national anthem performed by Alulia Nishiwe. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates and guests, thank you for standing. Please stand if you are able and join me as we seek blessings on this commencement ceremony. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Heavenly Father, thank you for the knowledge these graduates have gained, for the achievements and the failures that both have taught them how to succeed. For friendships gained, some will last a lifetime. Be with them as they transition into their postgraduate programs. Inspire them to believe in the goodness of life, even when faced with challenges and difficulties. We pray that you will give our graduates direction and purpose as they enter the next phase of their lives. Give them clearness of mind and clarity of purpose to move forward into the plans you have for them. Bless the parents, grandparents, spouses, children, significant others, and good friends that have been supportive of their journey. We seek your blessings for the faculty, staff, administration, and the Board of Trustees of PCOM as they continue to educate the next generation of healthcare workers. We thank you for the community that is supportive of our campus. Be with each of them as they use their knowledge and leadership talents to make this region grow and prosper. We thank you for this day, a day simply to pause and say to our graduates, well done and congratulations, class of 2024. In this we pray, amen.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gently streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and of the brave.
That was wonderful. President Feldstein, Dr. Craver, fellow trustees, faculty and staff, alumni, honored guests, families, and friends, distinguished members of the class of 2024, Good afternoon and welcome. It is a pleasure to be here with you on this momentous occasion. I am pleased and honored to extend congratulations to all of our graduates across all our academic programs. I trust that our graduates gathered here today feel proud of this defining moment, this culmination of all you have accomplished. Your years at PCOM South Georgia have been marked by intellectual and clinical exploration, deep immersion in your chosen field, and dedicated work, all undertaken during a time of significant challenge. I also want to acknowledge the parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, spouses and children, friends and significant others who helped make this day possible. Thank you all for all you have done to support and guide these graduates. With your encouragement came sacrifice. How proud you must be of who they have become and the impact they are poised to make to ensure better health spread throughout the nation and the world. I urge you to use your PCOM education for greatness. Be known for your professional accomplishments, but also for your humility and your humanity, and for your passion and compassion. Advocate for those in need and advance science and research in the service of all. In doing so, for success and happiness. Thank you so much. It is now my privilege to introduce the President and Chief Executive Officer of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, Dr. J.S. Feldstein.
Thank you, Dr. Veit. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. It is truly a pleasure to be with you today. In the lives of our students and in the life of our institution, commencement is a significant moment. As a proud community, we bear witness to our graduates' myriad achievements. We celebrate all of our graduates together from all of our degree programs. We attest to their intellectual and professional formation as osteopathic physicians and biomedical scientists and researchers. Today is a day of great celebration. This year is a year of great celebration. We commemorate the 125th anniversary of our college's founding. Class of 2024. You join in a tradition that began in 1902, when Philadelphia College and Infirmary of Osteopathy held its first formal and public commencement. Our co-founders, Drs. Mason Presley and O.J. Snyder, presided over the ceremony. 17 newly minted osteopathic physicians set out to challenge the philosophy and practice of conventional medicine at that time. Like their teachers and mentors, they integrated and taught an approach of hands-on diagnosis and treatment. They sought to understand the full nature of the person. They had a noble purpose, as Dr. Snyder reminded them in his commencement address, to go forth in the world, bringing peace and comfort to suffering humanity. Inherent in our college's institutional mission and values, the same noble purpose has resonated across time. It is your purpose 125 years later. In the course of your studies at PCOM, you acquired vital knowledge, clinical skills, and the tools of critical thinking. You modeled humanism, compassion, and empathy. Against the backdrop of a global pandemic, you reckoned to understand the science of a novel virus. You realized firsthand that those who practice on the front lines of health are vital to preserving our society. You witnessed how all-consuming the demands of medicine can be as your own education was disrupted. You grappled with the consequences of how a virus could upend our world and the related social, political, and economic upheaval and collective trauma that will reverberate for decades. You committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion. From this consciousness, you deepen your understanding that achieving health equity requires ongoing efforts to address disparities. You confronted a multitude of challenges in an unsettled world, its pace of change seeming to accelerate with each passing day. These challenges tested your adaptability. They continue to require ingenuity and resilience. The healthcare landscape you enter is at an inflection point. It requires a fierce urgency. Trust that you possess wisdom gained from your studies and experiences. Take with you, too, a certainty of purpose. Remember always that holistic healthcare is still the heart and soul of medicine. Like the 17 graduates from the class of 1902, go forth in the world, bringing peace and comfort to suffering humanity. Heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2024. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. John Carney, member of the Board of Trustees for PCOM, to bring his welcoming remarks.
Good afternoon. I don't hear you. I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Okay. There's a smart. I was going to say ass, but I'm not going to say it. Prior to this, Kenny spoke, Jay spoke, and they said the word welcome. Now, this hall is half filled. Let me hear a good, good, good welcome. Come on. Come on. I can hear you guys. I can't hear them. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now back to the script. President Feldstein, Dr. Veit, Dr. Carver, and fellow trustees, faculty and staff, alumni and honored guests, families and friends, and distinguished members of the class of 2024. Good afternoon and welcome to this ceremony. For you people who don't realize, they're off your payroll as of today. I am pleased and honored to extend congratulations to all of the graduates across all academic programs. I entrust that our graduates gathered here today feel proud of the defining moment, the curriculum of all you have accomplished for your years at PCOM. You have been marked by intelligent clinical exploration and deep immersion into your chosen field, and dedication of work. All understand that during the time of significant challenge. I also want to acknowledge the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, spouses and children, friends, significant others, to help make this day possible. Thank you for all you have done. These graduates, with your encouragement, came and sacrificed. How proud you must be of them, that they have become impact and are posed to make ensured better health and wellness for our society. Class of 2024, today you're graduating from an extraordinary institution. One that this year celebrates its 125th years of academic excellence. You are soon to become alumni, joining over 20,000 PCOM alumni spread throughout the nation and the world. I urge you to become a PCOM educator for the greatness and for the knowledge, your professional and accomplishment, but also your humility and humanity for all that's passionate and compassionate, advocating for those in need and advancing the science and research in the service of all in doing so. May you sustain with pride and joy that you feel today. I wish to succeed and to congratulate each and every one of you for spending 4 years at PCOM and for getting a graduation today. Thank you.
No institution of learning is complete without its faculty. Those faculty members who have provided a long service of distinction to the college are honored with the title Emeritus. It is with the approval of the President and the endorsement of the Board of Trustees, and with great pleasure that we honor Dr. H. William Craver, this year's Professor Emeritus, the first for PCOM South Georgia. Dr. Craver, can you please come forward? It is with great appreciation for his many years of devoted service and in recognition of his exemplary career, PCOM is proud to bestow the title Professor Emeritus upon Dr. Craver. Bill, thank you.
Sir, I present H. William Craver to receive at your hand the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. The doctoral citation reads as follows. For more than 30 years, H. William Craver III, D.O., class of 1987, fellow in the American College of Osteopathic Surgeons, served Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine in increasing capacities, demonstrating loyal dedication to strengthening and expanding the college. Dr. Craver provided leadership and responsibility by serving as Dean and Chief Academic Officer for PCOM Georgia from 2010 to 2020. In 2020, Dr. Craver became Dean and Chief Academic Officer of PCOM South Georgia, the college's newest location. Over the next 3 years, he helped guide the first cohort of student doctors through graduation in the spring of 2023. Dr. Craver's impact on osteopathic medical education has been recognized nationally. The American Osteopathic Association, AOA, named him a guardian of the profession. At the AOA, he served on the Council on Osteopathic Postdoctoral Training and was named to the Mentor Hall of Fame. He served as chair of the Board of Deans for the American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine. At the state level, the Georgia Osteopathic Medicine Association named Dr. Craver Physician of the Year in 2017, and he served on the Georgia Board of Physicians Workforce Medical Education Advisory Committee. And the Georgia State Senate honored him with a resolution commending him for his efficient, effective, unselfish, and dedicated service to the state of Georgia. Dr. Craver holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Physical Therapy from the University of Delaware and a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine hereby salutes Dr. Craver as a visionary leader and administrator whose dedicated work over 3 decades has advanced the college's growth in a manner consistent with his mission.
by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer unto you H. William Carver, a degree of humanity of letters, Aderis Caris, with all rights, titles, and privileges, responsibilities retaining thereof. This day, May 2024.
Now, before I invite Dr. Craver to give the commencement address, I would just like to add that none of us would be here today without his dedication, vision, and commitment to South Georgia. And Bill, it is my privilege and honor to ask you to deliver the commencement address to the class of 2024.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Let me get a couple notes out here. I promise it won't be much, too long, okay? So, would you indulge me for a moment? As Dr. Feldstein said, and I think Dr. Veit also knows me, I'm a graduate in 1987 of PCOM up in Philly. I had a prior career as a physical therapist. Before I came to PCOM, I already had 2 children and a wonderful wife. Well, through all the things that you guys have gone through in school, all you will in residencies, and the career that you've chosen that's very demanding. I've had a single woman stay with me for 45 years. I'd like to acknowledge my wife. Thank you, leaders of PCOM. President Feldstein, Provost Weiss, Mr. Carney. Did I say Weiss? Weiss, goodness gracious. And other members of the board, and Dr. Golden, your dean. You've already heard many congratulations where you are, and the very exciting, most important part will occur shortly with your hooding and your diploma. So you don't need to hear anything phenomenal or a long speech. I'm not going to talk on current politics, thank God, right? Okay. Or the future of medicine, other than to say you will have a job that you can contribute to society always. But where it will all be in a different time, I'm not omnipotent. So we're not going to conjecture today, okay? So, how many of you remember who spoke to you at high school? Surprise, surprise. So I don't even need to ask you, remember what they said. How about college? Hey, good, we got a couple. Do you remember what they spoke about? That's okay. And so therefore, did any of that really change your life? Well, I don't have words today that are so phenomenal they're going to change your life. So I came to just share some thoughts that I hope maybe will be of value as you go forward in your career. Okay. There is a growing body of information, knowledge, theory on the psychology of self-assessment. Okay. And it actually speaks, you'll read in some of the literature, a term mirror therapy. Okay. And you need to actually look into the mirror as you do your self-care and self-assessment. They actually say, and I've seen it because I do this a little bit myself, and I challenge you to consider it, is when you look at yourself, you actually are able to assess or see yourself as others see you, not as you think you see yourself internally. So starting tonight, maybe, but to think about, I would like you to take a couple minutes in the evening as you're standing there and look into your eyes at yourself and the face of that facing you. And the first question I'd like you to ask is, did I learn something new today? Okay? Now, I don't mean a simple little fact. I mean a process. If it's with patient care, do I understand the pathophysiology of something I didn't before? Do I understand the science behind it? Okay? But if you really take the moment to be in depth, you're going to have at least a minimum of 365 aha moments in this coming year. And I ask you and challenge you, particularly this intern year, your first year, to think about that. Because this year will be your most learning ever in your career, even above medical school. It's a parabolic opportunity to learn, and from there on out, when you get smarter and smarter, it flattens out and has very little rise the rest of your career. Take a moment of opportunity every day to think about that. Because in the end, what are you doing? You're helping your patients, which is why I hope you're all here and why we all went through it. Make sure this learning is self-directed and process-given. It's not just about, do I have another question under my belt for the board? Not to say that's not important, but this is about your career and the patients that you will serve. Then take a pause and look in the mirror and say, did I affect anyone's life today? Was it positive? Was it a colleague, someone else in the hospital, or a patient? Or was it negative? Sometimes we just think about the positive. Think about, did you affect somebody in a negative way? And if so, as you're looking into that person, into their eyes, could I have done something better? And what can I do to improve myself even more? And then the next question I'd like you to address is, did I make time for someone that's important in my life? Okay? As you all know, it's been that way through your schooling. I guarantee it'll probably be worse in your residency. It may not mean that you can, that time is in person all the time doing whatever. But did they know that I care and that I'm interested in caring for what they do? You find the best way for yourself, but they've come on this journey with you, or they're joining in this journey with you, and it's important. Don't let it go by the side. And I say that from the heart because that's one I kind of failed on, but I'm still trying. Next is, did I give all the care I can to my patients? Much is said today about self-care. And absolutely, you have to be in a good place to help your patients. And we say, and you've learned about, take care of you so you can take care of others. This is not against that at all. But also remember that whether you're in the practice or the hospital or whatever, there are folks who are definitely not having a good day who are counting on you to help them. So I ask you and challenge you to remember, if you're at a point that you yourself are needing some self-care, you gotta either put it on the back burner for a few hours while you're dealing with your patients who definitely need it, or your duty as a physician with the oath you're gonna take is make sure that somebody else is there to help them. You can't just say, I don't care today. And if you're not gonna do it, make sure somebody else will, because it's about our duty to help those around us. Next thing, was I involved in anything that went wrong or did not have a good outcome? I guarantee you, sadly, that will happen sometimes in your career. And the questions that go with that as you look in the eyes in the mirror is, was I honest and forthright about my part in it? What should I have done better? And how will I act in the future? And speak to yourself about it. We're getting near the end of my thoughts. Next, was I sensitive to all those I encountered today? And I don't just mean in a cultural standpoint, though that is important. Remember, you all are going to meet people in your office or clinic or whatever who may have very different political views than you do. They may have biases that bother you. They may even have generational differences and have old and gray hair. But on that moment of time, you're there for the patient. And even if some of the things they say to you may offend you, you're there for their care and their respect. Okay, so try your best to let it go and keep who you are, but remember their health care comes first at that moment in time. And when I get towards the end of that, and I hope you will do, think, was I a positive representation of the profession today? Okay. When you've gone through this exercise, and I hope you'll consider it, ask the question of the person you're looking at. Do I like the person I'm looking at in the mirror? I hope you can say yes. And if so, don't stop, do more, because we can all get better all the time. And if not, tomorrow is another day, and you have a chance to do whatever it takes that at the end of the day tomorrow, you like the person you look at. I wish you the best, sincerely, in everything that you do from here and going forward. Remember that PCOM will always keep you in your heart, as I hope you do of your institution. Don't forget us, okay? And my congratulations. Thank you all, and thank you for being here with your family and friends. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Craver, for those words of wisdom, and please take them to heart. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the individual program deans who will each address their respective graduates. First, Dr. Marla Golden, Dean of the Osteopathic Medicine Program, will address the DO class of 2024, followed by Dr. Gregory McDonald, Dean of the School of Health Sciences, who will address the Biomedical Science class of 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Veit. Congratulations, and thank you, Dr. Craver. Welcome, class of 2024. Doesn't look like anyone's turned the pages on this script, so I'll get back to my place. I'm very honored to be here today to take part in this meaningful milestone and wonderful event in your life. 4 years ago, you started PCOM with the hope of leaving PCOM as a doctor. Today, you walked in those doors as medical students, and you will leave as doctors of osteopathic medicine. Amen. As I reflected on your medical school years leading up to this day, I realized some pretty amazing things about your last 4 years. You entered PCOM in the summer of 2020. Many, if not all of you, were deprived of in-person undergraduate graduations at your institutions. It was perhaps the worst of times for our world as we raced to make sense of the COVID-19 epidemic. It was a very difficult and dark time for medical professionals. As educators, we wondered how we would teach you everything you needed to learn in your first 2 years and beyond. No one really knew how it would all go. You persevered through some of the most difficult times in medicine, not only for medical students, but for the world and for medical professionals at large. You hung in there, found your way, did your work, and you did it so well. You're all going on to wonderful postgraduate training programs. You've triumphed over adversity and used these past few years to become strong, resilient physicians. Physicians with a skill set that will arm you for the worst of times. You will have the privilege of meeting people in your clinical career. You will meet them in places where they truly need someone like you, an osteopathic physician who is strong and resilient, kind and compassionate, and a physician who sees them, who hears them, and who touches their life, whether it's by a kind word, a validating nod, a hug, a handshake, and maybe even OMT. But always as a physician who takes them seriously, who truly listens, and then always does the right thing by them, conducting the most appropriate workup in that caring and compassionate manner, recognizing the person in that patient. And won't you have great stories? Yours will start with, when I was in medical school, the world was enduring the first global pandemic in 100 years. And I wish I could be a fly on the wall to watch your medical students roll their eyes and think, here we go again with the pandemic story. But the best stories will be the stories of your patients. Some will be funny, others will be sad. Others will be the most amazing case you ever solved. But remember, their stories are part of your story. It will always be your privilege to be a part of their story. Hold those stories and those patients close to your heart and honor them. They are the wonderful memories of your life as a physician, a living chronicle of your career and the many hours you will spend in it. In closing, just a few words of advice because I couldn't resist. Write these next chapters of your book and all the chapters of your life with great gusto. And remember to take time to be well and to have fun, because laughter really is the best medicine. Be present in each moment. It's the only way to truly hear and to learn. If a patient keeps complaining about something that just doesn't make sense to you, it's because you haven't figured it out yet. Keep looking. It just might be part of the next greatest scientific discovery. Stay active with respect to our profession when it comes to health policy and legislation. It's critically important that we as physicians take part in what determines our professional destiny. Remember that you are, and always will be, part of the PCOM family, and please don't ever hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Best of luck in the next chapter of training. You will learn so much. And finally, may God and the universe be kind to you and bless you with all you need to do the best job every day. Congratulations and best of luck to you, class of 2024. You did it.
Welcome graduates, family and friends, faculty, staff, and alumni to the commencement ceremony for the South Georgia campus. I am Dr. Greg McDonald, the Dean of the School of Health Sciences, and it is my pleasure to join you as we celebrate this day. I want to take a moment to recognize each and every one of you. You've all been so resilient and have pivoted in short periods of time to embrace novel methods of learning, teaching, testing. Some of you have gone through some very difficult clinical experiences, and yet you're sitting here today as a class of 2024. Today you have a foundation, a PCOM education, and tomorrow as you go out into the world and the workforce, you're going to find out how strong that foundation really is. How you conduct yourself will define who you are and what you stand for. No matter what obstacles you face, never forget the obstacles that you have overcome. You all rose to meet these new challenges and expectations in a dignified and professional manner, and for this, You should be incredibly proud. You all have the education and the skills necessary to take on what is to come tomorrow. I, for one, look forward to living in a world that you all create, where we can live in a safe, healthy, diverse, and inclusive society. Good luck, class of 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Deans. At this time, we will have our presentation of degrees, of course, and the final roll call of all our graduates. Dr. Feldstein, Dr. Golden, will you please approach the podium?
Would the candidates for the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine please rise? President Feldstein, I have the honor to present these students who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine as established by the faculty and the Board of Trustees. I present them, sir, on recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees to receive at your hand the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine as earned, with all rights, titles, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Class, you may now be seated.
Would the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Biomedical Science please rise? President Feldstein, I have the honor to present these students who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree Master of Science in Biomedical Science as established by the faculty and Board of Trustees. I present them, sir, on recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Board of Trustees to receive at your hand the degree Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences as earned, with all rights, titles, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated.
Are you ready? The PCOM South Georgia classes of 2024 will now answer their final collegiate roll call. I would like to invite the first row from the DO class to please rise and approach the stage. Dr. Golden will hood the graduates with assistance from physicians who have immediate family members in the graduating class. Guest hooders, please step forward, followed by Dr. Golden.
Dr. Ziza Jamila Blair. Dr. Ibram Mamdo Iskander. Dr. Nicholas Lunwa Jen. Dr. Jacob Stephen Massey. Dr. Samuel Philip Pralo.
Dr. Katrina Sweetberg Hall.
Dr. Michael Carl Zickler. Dr. Jonathan Abdul. Dr. Sufia Ahmed. Dr. Humaira Bibi. Dr. Catherine Bomley. Dr. Alexandra Kane. Dr. Mevish Kiran Durrani. Dr. Derek Thomas George. Dr. Felix Hernandez Perez. Dr. Lan Huyn. Dr. Cody Lee Hyatt. Dr. Zad Jamil. Dr. Hyung Michelle Kim. Dr. Z Chuan Kwat. Dr. Kristen Jessica Keene. Dr. Cirillo Laura. Dr. Mohammed Malik. Dr. Yeva Naflish. Dr. Jessica Devi Eng. Dr. Amanda Perez. Dr. Alexis Milagros Rodriguez. Dr. Macy McHale Rowan. Dr. Jessie Nicole Sarvastani. Dr. Taylor Madison Schwarz. Dr. Lance Miller Sheely. Dr. Jennifer Sherrill. Dr. Yesenia Patricia Stevens. Dr. Brandon Christopher Stevens. Dr. Derek Tong. Dr. Hatel Thakur. Dr. Travis Nolan Tuck. Dr. Ivana Alexis Ward. Dr. Emily Kaylin Wilson.
For 2024, from the School of Health Sciences, I would like to invite the class to please rise and approach the stage. Dr. McDonald will hood the graduates.
Hunter Medley.
Kinsley Philemon. Grace Jones. Shacameron Malone. Jodeci Mitchell.
Alexis Von Treese Wilson. Alicia Chantel Lewis.
Okay, grads, could you all please rise? I present to you PCOM South Georgia's graduates from the classes of 2024. Congratulations, you have achieved your goal. At this time, I've asked Dr. Golden to lead the osteopathic medicine graduates in the osteopathic oath.
So you'll stay standing and read this with me as I say it aloud. I do hereby affirm, about to enter, I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interests and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. You may be seated.
I would like to ask at this time Ms. Shonda Lucas Odenis to deliver the closing remarks.
Good afternoon. As Vice President of the PCOM Alumni Association, I have the honor and privilege of congratulating all of our graduates and welcoming you into our association. For over 100 years, the PCOM Alumni Association has been and continues to be an integral part of the college, offering, among other things, scholarships, awards, and mentorship. Today, we celebrate and give thanks for all of our graduates and their families, bless their lives, and guide their steps as they move into the future with eager and open hearts. May they continue to perfect their art and provide care and service to their communities. Today, I came all the way from Philadelphia to congratulate you and welcome you to the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Shonda. To all the congratulations you received, may I add my personal regards and cordial best wishes to each and every one of you. You have achieved your goal. You have earned your graduate and professional degree. I am confident that you will find great reward and success in your chosen career. Serve well your profession that it may better serve you. Before concluding, I want to make some recognitions. You'll be interested to know that one student became engaged while at school here. 3 students found the time to get married in school. Together, the graduates have a total of 4 children, and 2 were born during your school years. Where did you find the time? Each of our new graduates have earned our congratulations on this significant accomplishment. However, we know that you did not make this journey alone. You did so with the support of your parents, spouses, significant others, children, and friends. At this time, I ask the graduates to please turn and thank the parents, spouses, children, and other family members and friends who have supported you throughout your studies. Graduates, it is also important to note that in addition to their dedication to the classroom and to their patients, members of the class of 2024 have volunteered their time with more than 900 hours of community service in and around the South Georgia area and sponsored more than 75 community outreach events. We applaud their spirit of service. On behalf of the college, we also thank all the friends and family members who are with us today to share this event with our graduates and our faculty. To our graduates, we could not be prouder of you or happier for you. Today you have our congratulations, but tomorrow and always you will have our hopes and prayers. This concludes our commencement ceremony. Please remain standing until the platform party and all graduates have exited. Thank you.